This is the sort of video that's going to leave me hated equally by both the theists on this side and the atheists on this side. Sort of video I love. Now, of course, some theists and some atheists. But let's get down to it. You see, I'm going to ask a question, a very simple question, of some people in the atheist community. And I'm going to be loved for that one. And then I'm going to explain what I mean, and that's going to make me really appreciated by many of the theists in this community here. So here goes. If you're one of those atheists who feel the need to attack religion, to try and eradicate it off the face of this earth, if you feel the need to attack religious people, to ridicule them and to confront them at every occasion, I can only ask this question, and that's, are you jealous? And of course I can see the hackles being raised when I ask that question, because you are sitting there bristling and thinking, what is there to be jealous of? These people are irrational, deluded fools that believe in fairy tales and sky daddies, and they're just being stupid, and there's nothing for me to be jealous of there. And this is the bit where you, if you are a theist, may end up hating me, but I'm going to say it anyway. Because if that's the response, then I can only agree. Yes, it is irrational, and it is deluded, and there is no sky daddy. There is no God. There is no supernatural. There is no such thing as an afterlife. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know where I stand on those issues, where I stand on those points. I have made it very clear that I'm not one of these kind of wishy-washy, sitting on the fence sort of people when it comes to what I believe or don't believe in. I will state it quite clearly. There is no God, and there is no such thing as an afterlife. And that's where I think my question to the atheist becomes relevant. I asked the question, are you jealous? And again, of course, the objection will be raised. What's there to be jealous of? It's all a delusion. Well, exactly. Are you jealous of the delusion? Are you jealous to see these people enjoy the naivety, if you want to call it that? That state of innocence, of believing in a fairy tale that leaves them happy for their entire life, until they die. And then, of course, you don't even have the satisfaction, as an atheist, to believe that at least after they die they will find out that they're wrong. Because of course they never will they? That is the thing. That is the thing that must grate with so many people who have lost their belief, who have lost their faith in a God, and who feel that sense of loss, that sense of a loss of the security, of this belief that there's something there waiting for them after they die. Something to make it all worthwhile. To have lost that, and to know that there are people out there who still have it. As deluded as it may be, as irrational as it may be, and as pointless as it may be, but who not only have this, who have this faith that it will all be all right, and who will never find out that they're wrong. Because that is the finality of death, isn't it? There is no such thing as an afterlife. So when you die, that's it. There's nothing after. No afterlife, but also no disappointment. No finding out that you were wrong. no sinking feeling of realization that what you believed in all your life was a figment of the imagination. And knowing that must grate, especially if you are still in that position where you feel that loss and there's nothing in its place. I know Jack, Together for Peace, rubs a lot of people up the wrong way. He does the same to me, but for very different reasons. Because I don't care one little bit what the man believes in. What I care about is what he believes is right and just for other people. But anyway, that's not the topic of this video. But if you see somebody like him going on about the afterlife, you feel a sense of frustration with the fact that you know there's nothing there. But he seems to be blissful in his naive, innocent belief that there is. And that must sting. Or else I can't really explain why people get so vehemently opposed to religion that they feel they must attack it all the time. Now don't get me wrong, I am well aware of what religion can lead to, especially when we're talking about the fundamentalist versions of religion, in which doubt becomes a sin and to question becomes punishable, and religions that feel the need to pull back human endeavor, human progress, scientific progress. Those religions are dangerous, and those religions do need to be opposed implacably. But there are also innocuous versions of religion. Sometimes innocuous versions of the very same religions that can also exhibit the fundamentalist aspects of which I just spoke, like in Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, and even Buddhism. So yes, it is a very valid question to ask, whether you're jealous. Because I know that so many atheists cannot comprehend the true meaning of what it is like to be mortal. I see it in the way they respond to things like the death penalty, for example, and how they think that there is a difference in how such a penalty is executed, or how they feel that a religious person might find out that they're wrong in the end. How? When death is the end. And therefore, I think an awful lot of atheists don't understand, despite their lip service to rationality, despite their lip service to a disbelief in the supernatural and in the afterlife, what it actually means to die, what it actually means to cease to exist. And therefore they fear death, they are worried about it, they don't understand that death literally is nothing, and therefore is nothing to fear, and that therefore something like a belief in an afterlife, that delusion, is also nothing to be envious of. And that's why I think it is a perfectly valid question to ask. Are you jealous?